came out and he said, me come out a workhouse and a cartel me see, I run the place, same way. Me and my wife was watching it, sitting on the couch in the living room, and me just bust out. I was like, yo. Alright, so welcome back to SoFlo TV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Today we want to bring a different vibe to the vlog, yeah? So we come sit down on the beach and we're going to talk to you from the beach right here. Hopefully the sound is up and all these things. I'm not really worried about corona so right now, you know. People know say wash your hands and strengthen up your immune system, you know. Drink some green vegetable juices and fruit juices and them kind of thing there. And take your vitamins, increase your vitamin C, stay away from people that are sick, sneezing, coughing and all these things. People still out living, alright? Now, Buju Banton did an interview on Onstage. I feel is an epic interview, not for the fact that it was Buju's first interview on Onstage officially since them time there. So it's been more than a decade since we got to hear from Gargamel, and we did again, right? That voice, that vibe. And for Sisse, nothing not change, it just got stronger. It kind of reaffirms my faith in certain things. I've always said that Buju Banton is one of them that actually impacted me in a great way through his music, yeah? Now anyways, here ya, right into it without further delay. First Onstage interview since back then, and it was epic, okay? There's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in this that I feel like who needs to hear it probably have too much pride and don't want to listen and receive it. But them are going to hear it anyway, right? Alright. There's a part in the interview where Buju said, because Winford asked him, shout out to Big Brother Winford Williams, Winford asked him, you know, about the show and how, and I said to my wife when we was watching it, I said, I know for a fact, say, this is not just no flyby thing when Buju goes out to perform. Probably selects the songs in an order to create a certain kind of a vibe. And of course, that's what he said, but this is what I've been saying on SoFlo TV for the longest, is one of the things that our music has been missing, and our music has been actually missing. You know, like one time we used to go dance, right? And the DJ would start out by blessing the dance. So we as Jamaican people know, we used to keep God in everything. Even bad man used to walk with a Bible in his pocket, you know. And I'm not saying that you should become religious or the Christianity religion is what it is for you, but I'm saying God in all things. Right? Regardless of whatever religion you choose, God in all things. And even when we went to dance, it used to be like that. And when Buju say you have to bless it, you can't just come and dash it out. So when he said that, it really reaffirmed what I was saying before. That's why Jamaica has lost its vibe and authenticity. Even to how a dance, a party used to keep. Because the DJ used to come first and used to bless the dance. Right? And he would bless the dance with songs that were godly, like Luciana, Sweep Over My Soul, and all these things. And the DJ would tell you, moving into the early juggling, that's what the DJs used to say, you know, the early juggling was just a warm up, you know, we're going to bless the dance right now, and then, Lord, give me strength to face another day, and all these other things, the early juggling of the dance, God in everything, yeah? Them kind of something there. And then they would go into, from back then until these times. So early juggling would mean, say, you would then, after blessing the dance, remember God in everything first, then there would come paying homage and respect to those who paved the way before you. That was one of the vibes that got everybody involved in the dance. So you would go on dance and you would say 3 generations of people in the dance. And it was because the elders knew that they could go to the dance and hear their music as well, right? Not everything was skin out, yeah, dash it to it, fling it, yeah, pick her up and fling her over there, so. Having hear him say, yeah, you have to bless it first, because the people them are special people. He's talking about his own people. We are a special people, whether we know it or not. You understand? So that part right there, I really, really love it, reaffirmed it. When him say, who in Jamaica is performing now? I said to myself, I say, a lot of people are probably going to be offended by this statement that he just made when he said, who in Jamaica is performing now? Because really and truly, if you look, and don't get it twisted, he called out the Beanie Man and the Bounty Killer. He mentioned Beanie and Bounty in there as the icons and the greats and legends, right? But he's saying that after that, we have to pick it up. Now, I've been forgetting someone constantly, which I feel I owe the respect to, and it's Agent Sasko. Agent Sasko is one of them who, but it's Agent Sasko. Agent Sasko stands out. And although Agent Sasko is relatively young, per se, he is still pretty much from another era gone by, even though he is very current. You understand what I say? So, when we are talking about new generation and we're talking about who knows how to perform on stage, Buju went into talking about keys, and the keys might be too high and them are singing it way up there, so when the audience is not used to hearing it way up there, they're used to hearing it way down here, right? And how in voice, pitch, on stage, and all these things. I don't think the new generation of artists even care about all that stuff. And the reason why they don't care about all that stuff is because we have what we didn't have a couple decades ago, 2 decades ago. We didn't have the internet in a way where an artist can actually manage himself, book his own shows, even record, mix and master his own music and sell it. And sell enough to make a living. Sell enough to buy a Beamer and a Benz and a nice house on the hill. So you can't tell him nothing now. So now when you're going to say, oh, that not going to really reach too far. See, they were gatekeepers in the game before. And music companies and record labels that used to tell an artist, say, this not sound good. Or them used to say, yo, that artist, they have potential, but bring him in, make we work with him. And then in the recording session, you would have people in there where I say, sing the part there over again, but put more this in it, or sing it like this and this. Nowadays, artists full of pride, man. I think our artists are filled with too much pride. So when we go to the dance, and Buju spoke about that, when we go to a dance now, or a party now, and we come out to see our favorite artist perform, we're looking to hear our favorite artist perform the whole song. Or at least give me 60–70% of the songs that are my favorite songs from you, from your catalog. But what do we get? We get a dash. Dash with that. And them say dash with your favorite song. And then not to mention now the voice is high pitch or low pitch when it's not supposed to be. So you start look for your favorite artist and wonder, yo, I will never pay to go see him live again because he sounds nothing like what he sounds like on record. I prefer hearing you on the computer, upon YouTube, or upon a CD, but to come see you at a live show, and then that hurts them. Because when bookings time come now, Buju talk about that as well. You get more business. When bookings time come now, your bookings turn up. Because word of mouth is very powerful, you know, and now that we live in the informational age, the internet age, these people who are booking these shows and signing these artists to bigger deals, they pay attention, yes, to when you perform, but they pay attention also to the comment section and when people say stuff like, yo, I've seen him perform before. And may I tell us that the man sound just like he does on the CD. That catches their eye. And then the authenticity of the music is missing. So when him asks who is performing now, we really have to look into that. I don't know what my sweet point was, you know. May I cough, but it's not corona. I don't know what my sweet point was in this interview, you know. You know what my sweet point, I've been saying that for the longest. That, you are the body girl, you are the dash. And you're like, what the? And then them going to your next favorite song and you say, yeah, dash. Stop it, man. I've always said this, and I'm gonna poll the audience right now. When you go to see your favorite artist perform, right? Would you prefer to see your favorite artist perform? I know sometimes the promoters, them there to be blamed because they try to cram so many artists on one flyer, and what end up happening is time on stage is limited. So artists might go up there that have an extensive catalog but can only sing 10 minutes worth of songs. So in that 10 minutes he's on stage, he might try sing out 20 songs, 30 songs. Would you prefer to see your favorite artist on stage sing 4 of your favorite songs from him from start to finish, or you want him come up there and give you 20 songs with 2 minutes or 30 seconds a piece? Leave that comment in the comment section below. Alright. So we talked about the DJs them in the studio versus how the DJs are on stage. And we know that within our music that's a big issue. But you can't tell nobody nothing, them puff up them chest same way, and because them, you know, they're able to get a little bookings, fly out every now and then, and them get a nice car out of it already. Them feel so that is success. Study the history of the music is another thing that Buju says, and pay respect and homage to the roots and those that came before you. That way when time you do interview overseas and somebody asks you certain things, your conversation about the music should actually be from grassroots right on up, to show that you are not a butu, you have knowledge of what you're doing and you understand that you are carrying on tradition, even if you come and stamp it with your own brand, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the artists that we talk about nowadays, they compartmentalize, and then we tell us, say, oh, are all people that man, or are all artists that man, and that person was just from a generation before them. Or they will tell you stuff like, well, him not really hot right now, when if you check it, you not really hot right now. You only hot among your peers right now, and your peers don't really even buy the music. You know? Them download it for free wherever they can get it from. They're not really paying to come out to see you perform and all these other things. So you have to understand the angles that he came from with that as well. Right? So then we move on to where he talked about Bounty and Beanie in Ghana and Gambia, Africa, and that kind of stuff. It was good to see him in Africa again. Reggaeton, thief reggae, and gave it no respect. I think Buju Banton was the first artist that actually spoke the truth, because I've always felt that way. And let me be honest with you, if I'm in the car driving with my kids and reggaeton comes on the radio, I change the channel, because I feel some type of way about it. I feel some type of way about it. And the reason I feel some type of way about it is, living here in Florida, I've spoken to a lot of Spanish people who listen to reggaeton, and I hear them playing it, and I ask them where it come from. You know, sir, and sometimes I inject my own belief, and I say, you know, sir, reggaeton comes from Jamaican music, right? And they're like, no, it doesn't. It comes from Puerto Rico. It comes from the slums of Puerto Rico. And I'm like, man, you see them reggaeton artists here, they ripped off our music, dancehall reggae. And it's from El General, them back in them days, all the way up till now. And they probably, I don't see them opening the door and inviting us in. You know what I'm saying? And they have a big platform, because I've been in Europe, where I'm in London, haven't been in London in a while, but Germany and these places. And reggaeton is what run the place. The only dancehall artist I hear them play over there is a Sean Paul. And after Sean Paul is just bare reggaeton. You understand? And to see them and the platform that they have created out of what they have stolen, and to not even turn around and open the door and say, all right, 2 more of you come in with us because this is yours, kind of thing. So I understand what he was talking about when he did that, or said that, made that comment. The comment not going to make a lot of people happy, but to hear it come from such a giant, it's something that's very significant. Then he talked about, well, let's get to the part where he said, where Winford said, you never claim kingship. And Buju said he understands that he is a servant of the music. You understand? him not there to claim no kingship. And before people go out and say it, I want you to know that the man who we are saying is king, I know him claim kingship, you know. The people gave it to him. But we're going to talk about that in a minute as well. So, when we come out of workhouse and a cartel me see I run the place same way, what does that mean? When he said same way means him did I run the place before me leave or when I left. And 10 years later, a whole decade later, I come back and it's him. I love the part where Buju said the content of the lyrics, his lyrics, is not my topic. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about his relevancy. And really, if you look at it, if Kartel never lock up which part him there, or there which part him there, he would be the one jet setting all over the world, setting the standards for what dancehall reggae music is supposed to be. Now, how can that be? How can that be if a man will lock up 10 years gone? Now I'm a push up on 10 years. It's almost been 10 years now, right? A whole decade. And he's hotter in the music now than ever before. How? And when I do my videos, you know, people always, you know, few people them stay a certain kind of way when it comes to their favorite artists, so you can't really tell them nothing. So here I am trying to tell the people them, say, yo, it's not that I don't support other artists. But I remember when SoFlo TV used to do pen and paper review. Shout out to iWayne. I soon review a iWayne song that I think is very relevant at this time. But I'm saying, when I remember one time I used to do them pen and paper review there, you notice that the pen and paper review slowed down and then it kind of stopped and I went on to other things. I love music, man, and I really want to continue to do pen and paper review. But I haven't found the artist them that's sparking me to make me say, yo, song just drop. When pen and paper there? Because that's how it was. When pen and paper there. You understand? And then it got to the point where the only artist that was actually making me feel like, yo, song just dropped, one pen and paper there, it was Vybz Kartel. And if it wasn't Vybz Kartel, it was somebody who was in a feud with Vybz Kartel. And then the thing get nice. And that's another side of dancehall, the clashing side. Yeah? Come see other artists clash against other artists already, and people have said, SouFlo, yo, a little war go on between so and so, and you have to go. I'm going to look at it, and it was like, it's not worth my pen and paper and my follow-up. I'm not that into it. Yeah? So, Kartel have the crown, and we can't take that from him. Buju Banton, Buju the Great, if Buju can come say that, then who are we to say different? You see me? What I want a lot of our artists to take away from this, you see, is this. Because I notice some artists them stay, and I SouFlo TV have said this before, and I've watched my platform grow. Enough of them are buy views. Let me tell you something about my platform. I can't buy views because if I buy views, if I buy subscribers, I can't do business with YouTube. Go look it up. If I buy views and subscribers, I might wake up on YouTube to shut down my whole channel. I have to organically grow my channel, so no views not bought over here, right? But a lot of these artists are buying views, and because they have a lot of views, then people naturally, because we have a bandwagon society, so people naturally say, yo, it's trending, 1 million views in 2 days. Yeah, and my artist that. And then they subscribe, and then they start to follow. So there are some benefits to it, you know. But in the long run, it don't really work out. Because if you look at the man, him song have 2 million views on him song. But then you look at him subscribers and him barely have 50,000 subscribers. You understand? And I just saw the thing set. Now they pay for views and likes and even comments, believe it or not. So here we are with this. I want the artists that out there to realize that this thing is, like Buju said, it was here before you. It's going to be here long after you're gone. And while you're here, do your part. Don't damage it though. Don't tear it up in the process. Try to make sure it's in a condition that we can pass it on to the other generation that's coming and it can be fruitful, continue to be fruitful. My message to the artists them that's out there, because a lot of them contact me, SouFlo, I want you to do a promotion for me, and I want you to promote this, I want you to promote that. But when we look at some of them artists now, you see, what I see is this. You got one song that's really barely making any noise. And when we talk the truth, their fan base cussed me out. I said, I'm in Florida, okay? Some of the biggest parties keep in Florida. The Caribbean community is strong in the state of Florida, from up there to down there, right? I don't hear that artist here at all. Oh, you're a hater. I'm not a hater. The song just never crossed the waters. It's still there. It stopped out at airport. Norman Manley International, that song they get lost in customs and they never make it through. I don't know if it did have the corona and them quarantine it or what, but I saw the thing set for some of them. But if you go to Jamaica now, in their element and you see them, oh, what? You can't talk. And the man about place that, you know. Man have a song where I run the place, you know. To see Buju Banton come and say, he's never really been that kind of person there. He's not really in the big old fanfare and everybody come out and yeah, bumper. And you know what I say? Because he doesn't believe that any man greater than, and even though you cannot deny the love of the people for you and all that, but at the same time, it's not something where him go time we forget or him push up him shoulders and bossy up about. You know what I'm saying? So if a great man like that now within the music can say stuff like that and be true to it, then who are you? Not for the artists them to hear this. Who are you? Send this video to your favorite artist. Not for them need to humble themselves. More while is one hand wash the other hand. But not for these artists feel like, oh, if I do a jingle for SoFlo TV, then me I give him promotion because me hot right now. And then guess what? 1 year later, I don't hear from the artist there again. And then 1 year later, my channel grow another 100,000 subscribers strong. You see? So it's about staying the course. Because I'm sure them never pick music. Although, you know, a wise man say, you see this thing I call music, if it don't call you, don't come. And right now, I see enough people are run go to it and it never call them. That's another part of the problem. But anyway, don't feel like you're too big to learn. Don't feel like you're too big to humble yourself. Don't feel like you're too big to see things beyond your hot hype moment now. Because a lot of y'all hot hype moment really truly lasts 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes it's done. I remember people coming out and I said to my son, I said, yo, he's not gonna be here next summer. And my son, who is now 16, says, Dad, nah, he hot, he gonna be around. When next summer come, I said, Tafari, that's my son's name, I said, Tafari, where's so-and-so? And he was like, oh. I said, remember I told you last year he's not gonna be here next summer? And he's not. And the other year passed, you don't hear about him again, period. You wonder if him stop the music. You see it? So, when Buju end the thing, him say, 20 tracks, that's the new album he got coming out, he's putting 20 tracks on it. Right now, people salivated for that. I thought about water run out of mouth feet. He's putting the album out, 20 tracks gonna be on the album, 20 tracks. And I like it, 20 tracks. The year, 2020. And him says, 2020 vision. Whole heap of 2020. 10 of them is for the 10 years that he was gone. And 10 of them is because he loves us oh so much. You see it? I like that. I like when him and Winford talk about the trap music influence in the dancehall music and all this. And then the business side of the music. Them two, them are going to finish off real quick. Watch this. The trap music thing. Now we understand that music is revolutionary and evolutionary. It changes and continues to change, right? So, of course, naturally, with the sound changing and all this stuff and new technology as far as Pro Tools come in and new instruments being used to make sound, the sound of the music is going to develop over time. but within that self, you could still be authentic, right? Now, Buju, I try for sure, we say, listen, if the world used to come to us for something that we had that was authentic, and then they now we start taking their stuff and using it, we can't call ourselves authentic again. And not only that, but they no longer need to come to us anymore. And they no longer need to come to us anymore because we have taken from them. So when they listen to us, they're hearing something they already have. So then I said, Chuck, I don't need to go see him because that's ours, right? It's different from, look on Sister Nancy. I keep telling people this. Sister Nancy, bum bum, say what a bum bum, bum bum dilang bang bang. I've heard that in so many epic movies, Belly, with DMX and Nas. I've heard that I heard it recently on a show that is on, I believe, on Netflix, one of the major networks right now. A current show that's running. I can't off of my head remember. But Sister Nancy has been sampled so much Bam Bam, and because our paperwork is right, she don't really have to do no more music, you know. She just have to just collect money from Bam Bam. You understand? And that's what, and then ending this video now, let's talk about that. So Buju say, we love the music, don't? But a lot of us don't love the business side of the music. And it's true. And that's why a lot of us have been robbed, raped, pillaged, and plundered to the point where, and we own nothing, and it's like a free-for-all market when it comes to reggae and dancehall music, because the artists, they're not really putting in the time to learn the business side of the thing, right? So, with that said, that's that question that he asked, right? When him said, has our music grown? Let me pose that same question to this audience. Has our music grown? In the last decade, has reggae music transcended any boundaries? Has it grown leaps and bounds? Has it gotten to a point where we can say, yeah, it has elevated from, say, 90s dancehall then? Talk about that and tell the truth. All right? And we'll pick this conversation up in the comment section below. My honest opinion is it has not grown. And the proof is in the pudding, it has not grown. Winfred Williams just did a show on Onstage, and I urge all of y'all to go see that show. Alright? Buju have Step a Rhythm out, and I urge y'all to go, Step a Rhythm in itself, just listen to the instrumental of Step a Rhythm, the rhythm bad. But then he talks about sharing the platform. He talks about a lot of our artists, them could have out there run the place big time. But there's a lot of jealousy and a lot of envy and a lot of inner fighting going on. But that has always been our biggest downfall. You know what I say? And it even spills over into our music, art, entertainment, politics, natural, everyday life. You know, see how much people we kill at Jamaica every year. You know what I'm saying? At a point, you look at each other and say, damn, we're just a self-hating kind of people. But I know so. But I saw it stay for some away. Enough away. And in the music context, that's how I go on. Bus back rhythm. Go watch that episode with Wayne Wonder that recently aired on Onstage. Me say the sweetest thing. Me in my living room, I feel like me want bust a Heineken or a Dragon and light and a flicker lighter, so because it was just something epic. Whoa, if dancehall music could actually be like that again. Whoa, if dancehall music could actually be like that again. We have the power. We have the power. We have the power to actually grow really, 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 really big. We make reggaeton, take it and run gone with it. But it's ours. And even they can't deny it because them have to say reggae before them can say ton. You see what I'm saying? Alright. It's SouFlo TV, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And I am out. Alright, enjoying this beautiful scenery this evening. And I'm gonna call it a day right now. See there?
Had to get it on my lonely, with nobody there for me. Had to get it by myself, ain't nobody wanna help. Had to get it on my lonely, with nobody there for me. Had to get it by myself, ain't nobody wanna help. Had to get it on my lonely, me, myself, and I. Want nobody there for me, nobody on my side. All they ever told me was about how they gon' ride. Took a while for me to see that they was lying. Had to get it on my lonely, me, myself, and I. Want nobody there for me, nobody on my side. All they ever told me was about how they gon' ride. Took a while for me to see that they was lying. Did it by my lonely, I ain't take no handouts, I ain't do it then, so really I'll be damned now. You ain't give me nothing, so why you got your hand out? Bro, put your hand down, no, I ain't playing around. They said I wouldn't make it, that I should lay it down. Now I feel like the greatest, you should hear what they saying. Now all the people who left when they got hard eventually came around. I ain't the same, and ain't no way back in the way around. Had to get it on my lonely, with nobody there for me. Had to get it by myself, ain't nobody on my lonely, me, myself, and I. Want nobody there for me, nobody on my side. All they ever told me was about how they gon' ride. Took a while for me to see that they was lying. Had to get it on my lonely, me, myself, and I. Want nobody there for me, nobody on my side. All they ever told me was about how they gon' ride. Took a while for me to see that they was lying. Nobody wanna help, life been went left, now it's time to prevail. They like he's sliding with 2 L's, that boy going through hell. Seen it, I done it all before, know it too well. But it's sitting in the cell, reminiscing freshman year. Want nobody there, that's why ain't nobody here. Sitting on the stairs, getting all them stares. I was never free, so I ain't going with my peers. I was going through a lot, but ain't nobody care. I swear, ain't nobody care. No, ain't nobody care. Had to get it on my lonely, me, myself, and I. Want nobody there for me, nobody on my side. All they ever told me was about how they gon' ride. Took a while for me to see that they was lying. Had to